morning and afternoon, and maybe even evening. I think I saw some people from all over the place. So, welcome to our first webinar of 2024. Super excited to kind of talk about, a couple of things. I think, when we look at marketing and, how do we, put ourselves out there and how do we find people to talk to? I think it's always good to just kind of remind ourselves some of the things we should be doing and then here's some ideas that you can apply in your business. I think it's always good to kind of just get back to the core of, really what it takes to generate business for ourselves. So that's going to be kind of the focus for today's webinar. My name is Keith Hawken. I am the head of sales at Top Producer. Been part of Top Producer, been part of this industry now for well over 2 decades, and always excited. I always enjoy doing these sessions and kind of sharing tips, tricks, and just like different give you kind of a couple of reminders and some new ideas. So that's the goal today. Probably will go like 40 minutes is kind of the plan. So that's what you can plan for time. And this will be recorded. Everyone will get a copy of it at the end. So with that being said, let's get started. So what we're going to cover today, really understanding the 2024 real estate landscape. I think it's good to be honest with ourselves about what's real, right? What are the challenges that we face? What are we expecting to happen, right? Two, how are we going to get listings in this year, right? We're going to talk about things you can do to work your database. We're going to talk about things that you can do to build your database, and then we're also going to give a quick overview around how Top Producer can partner in your success. So, uh, when you think about 2023 and you think about some of the challenges there, as we head into 2024, things are looking up for the housing market, right? I definitely don't think it can go down. I hope all of you guys agree that all the experts right now are forecasting a better year, right? What that means, right? Interest rates are obviously such a critical thing in terms of people's ability to actually move and purchase a home. They are expected to improve, according to realtor.com. They're expecting it to be down in 6.5% by year's end. Could go lower too, right? I think, the good news is it is going to go down. I think that's what everyone's predicting. How low they go, I don't know. So, but it's going in a positive direction. Inventory, right? NAR is forecasting that 13.5% more home sales are going to be expected in 2024, which is a welcome change from 2023. So 13.5% is not small. That's a big jump. And then home prices are expected to remain unchanged, which is kind of interesting. So when you think of, hey, interest rates are going to go down, more sales are expected. The one thing that's not expected to change is pricing. Obviously real estate's local. In some markets, we're going to see some reductions, right? I'm based in Canada. I know that, there was an article I was reading this morning that, home prices in Ontario are down. We're going to see some local, different metrics and different kind of indicators from different markets. But overall, home prices are expected to remain pretty unchanged. What do you think is this is good? I think this is all positive. We're not giving up one thing for another thing. It looks like it's just gonna be a little bit more stable. And I hope that's what you guys are kind of expecting as well. When you look at, what is kind of the big pain points right now, it's, a large percentage of buyers stopped or paused their search, you know, and, rates went, obviously interest rates were the biggest one. Inventory is another one. Affordability was another one. They got, multiple offers, financial situations, right? This is a survey from Bright MLS, and it's really interesting. I think the biggest thing is things are going to change, and what are you going to do to take advantage of that? That's what we're going to talk about today. Like, what do you need to do to take advantage of the fact that the health of the market is going to improve and that a bunch of these people that were sitting on the sidelines are about to come back in and be active again? So, this is really, really kind of the perfect storm right now. And the most important thing as we go through today is you need to start now. You can't put a plan together where I'm going to do something in May. It'll be too late, right? What you do now or in Q1 is going to play out through your entire year this year and your success this year. And sometimes it's we want to build a plan. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do this, this, this. The thing is you got to start today. And yes, there are things you can do in Q2, Q3, Q4, but what are you going to do today to take advantage of these market conditions that are changing and are becoming more favorable? Strategy number one, I've been part of Top Producer now over almost 2.5 decades. I like to use decades, not years anymore. The one thing that hasn't changed about real estate, your database is your most important asset. That contact list that you have is your most important asset, right? So if we think that the market is going to improve, do our clients know that? Do people in our database have questions? What are those questions, right? It's probably no different than the ones we just talked about. It's 2024, a better time to buy, right? What's going to happen to the mortgage rates this year? Will home affordability get worse or get better? Right. And the one thing that everyone on this call is you're experts. You're the voice that needs to be heard. You're also the ones that can answer those questions. So I'm going to say this. You need to say hi to everyone in your database, whether they're past clients, friends, family, prospects, leads, whatever it is. If you have a name and a phone number in your database, you need to reach out, right? Your clients have questions. I have questions, right? So, a couple of pro tips here. One, make sure you're time blocking each week to focus on client communication. And what I mean by that is not responding to emails, not being reactive. I want you to be proactive. I want you to say hi to 5 to 10 people in your database every single day. People you're not talking to right now. I want you to call them up and say hi. Hey, this is Keith from, Top Producer Realty. You have a couple minutes. I was reaching out for X. Okay. So two things. Time block. Two, use a system to help you do that. Our clients, one of the most used aspects of Top Producer, and by far one of the favorite, hate to talk about features, but the favorite things that we help agents do is we help agents follow up with everybody in their database easily, right? And we do that using Follow-Up Coach, right? With a Follow-Up Coach, you log into your Top Producer every day. It's like, hey, Keith, here's 5 people to say hi to. Do those 5, get 5 more. And you don't have to think about it. You just got to do it. So tip number 1, say hi to 5 to 10 new people every single day. Okay. That's your goal. You guys agree with that? Is that a good reminder? Yeah. And honestly, these are the questions right here, right? These are the questions you need to be answering and have the answers to. Is this at the time? What's going to happen? Think about, as you have those conversations with people, right? What questions are you prepared to answer? Okay. This is really important. Like, we have to say hi to more people this year to get to our goals. If we can't, it can't be, 5 or 5 a month, okay, or 20 a month. It needs to be 5 to 10 every single day. And if you do that, let's do the math for a minute. It's 150 to 300 people a month that you just said hi to. Why do you think about this? What good can come from that? Right? If you said hi to 150 to 300 people a month, only good things can happen. Ann says to reach my goal, I need to do 21. Man, I think Ann's got some lofty goals this year. I love that, Ann. 21 a day. Good things will happen if you reach out to 21 a day. The other thing too is not only, reaching out and saying hi, but make sure that you're staying top of mind, right? The one thing, that you don't want to do is be the invisible agent in their life, right? You don't want to be the one that is like in front, you don't want to be there every day, every month, every week, right? We also don't want to be like someone that appeared and then disappeared, right? And the other thing too is we need to continually educate and inform. The one thing still is you're still experts. You still have a lot of information. And you know, you need to share that, right? And this is an area that, we spend time on too with Top Producer. Send them market reports, right? Use something like Top Producer's Market Snapshot to, keep people informed on local market trends. Some of these questions that people have are answered here, right? And answered on a on a somewhat normal frequency. Set up quick, set up quick templates for yourself in your CRM, right? To touch more clients with less effort, right? If you're gonna send, the same thing to 100 different people one at a time, have a template, you know. Uh, Also, you all have websites, this it's 2024. We all have websites. We all have social media, platforms, right? Share this information on those platforms. It doesn't just have to happen over the phone call. The phone call will uncover that specific person's questions or concerns, but you should be sharing this information now to your audience, to your network. Okay. So just a couple other ideas is nurture and educate your clients in your sphere of influence, right? And there's many ways you can do that. But I definitely still would say make sure you're reaching out to enough people every day. Okay. Another thing that can really help you is use automation. Look, we're not at the point right now where I mean, I'm gonna say right now with in quotes. We're not at the point right now where AI can make a phone call on your behalf and hold a conversation. That'll be next year's thing, by the way. It's pretty frightening, where AI will be able to copy your voice, act like you, be you, and just do those phone calls for you, where you can sit back and drink a margarita. We're not there yet. Uh, Automation is something that you should always strive for, right? Is what things in your day to day can you delegate to technology? Um, and that's where make sure you have a good system, especially your CRM. Your CRM is your foundation. That includes a lot of the automation where it can do a lot of that heavy lifting for you, where you're kind of managing it, and it's doing the things that you want. The other thing too is use AI. When I say, what things can you delegate to technology? ChatGPT is one of those things that is one of those technology platforms that you can delegate to. It can create content for you. You know, a perfect example of this I said earlier, right? Write a blog post. Did you know that you could just go into ChatGPT and say, "Hey, write me a blog post around the, Miami real estate market. Here are the key things, key trends in the market. One, two, three, four." It would write you an entire blog post. All you need to do is tell it what you want and what things you want to highlight. So, again, use AI. Automated technology is all about saving time, right? Working more efficiently. Okay. Uh, okay. So number one strategy is what? Work your database, work your sphere, work your network. That audience that you have today, you need to work it. You need to share. You need to be in touch. You need to answer questions. That's number one. Number two is, hey, we need to build our database. So one is let's go make sure we're talking to the people we already have. Two, let's make sure we have enough people to talk to, right? And lead generation, there's really the short game and the long game here, right? And you need to do both well. So, when you look at, 2024, we are all optimistic that things are going to get better, right? Thing is, there's still going to be less transactions than what we've seen in prior years. What does that mean for you? It means that you need to add more people to your database, more people that you can say hi to get to your goals, right? So the key to success in 2024 will be is having as many conversations as you can. An important piece of that puzzle is lead generation, right? Short game is, hey, I need a bunch of people right now to talk to. The long game is I need to, have a longer term marketing approach to how I get in front of, potential sellers and things like that over time and market myself in my local market over time. So the short game, there's a lot of places that you can go for the short game. There's a lot of ways, but I'm gonna be honest, in terms of bang for your dollar, I really believe that social media is one of the best channels to get a steady stream of new people to talk to. Okay. Biggest reason for that, the audience is massive. I don't need to tell you that. It's affordable, I think is number one. You can get a high volume of new people in your database at a fraction of the cost that you could get that from elsewhere. If you go to the portals, you go to, doing paid search or paid this, all these other different channels, it's going to probably cost probably it could be like 5 to 10 times as much. And it's really great where, it's an instant, you could start doing something now and really expand your reach today. Anyone can do it. Everyone on this call today, you can all do this tomorrow. It's that easy, which is what I like about it. Scalable and it's affordable. And if our goal is, I think it was Anne earlier said I have 21 new people to talk to. I'm going to ask a question here. How many of you have 21 people in your database that you can talk to every day, right? Not everyone has a database of 500, 1,000, 2,000 people, right? And at some point, you're going to need more. So this is where you need to look at different channels. And for me, social media is the quickest and most affordable way to do it. What does that look like? First thing is make sure you have a social media presence. Okay. I talked earlier about using Chat GPT and some of that stuff. Make sure you have a presence that you're proud of. Make sure you have a presence that represents your brand, represents who you are. And also make sure that your social media profiles look like you're in the business. What I mean by that, your last post should not be from 2017. Okay. You need to kind of have a diverse approach here, right? One is brand awareness, which is where you can share and educate and build that following. The second one is, hey, all of you want new people to talk to. So lead generation. What this can look like for you, and actually just post in the chat, is for all of you, is our guide on how you can generate more leads on social media. So I highly recommend you grab it. Right. The other thing too, this is gonna give you a lot of people, high volume people to talk to. At the same time, we need to have that longer term view, which is, hey, I need to right? I need to build that long-term strategy in my local market, right? Which is a little bit more around brand awareness and getting in front of sellers, right? How many of you guys, I just want to pause for a minute, just by like, a smiley face, okay? By a smiley face in the chat, how many of you right now are expecting, that listings are going to go up in your market, right? Right? A bunch of us, right? We're expecting it. I mean, it's predicted that home sales are going to go up. Naturally, that means that, hate to say it, people are going to be selling. Transactions can only go up if sellers sell. Okay. The challenge for you is how do you get in front of those sellers that are going to sell? How do you put yourself in front of those people, right? And you need to have a very, very specific marketing plan and a strategy to do that, right? But it can't be yeah, have a good value proposition. 100% agree with you. You took the words out of my out of my mind, right? You need to have consistent value over time. And the biggest thing here, this is not a one-time event. This is about being consistent. This is about staying top of mind and understanding that all the ROI comes the longer you do this, the more consistent you are when you do this. I think that farming is one of the best ways for established agents, new agents to put their brand in front of potential sellers. It's one of the best ways to do it, right? It's one of the tried and true is like pick a neighborhood of 500 homes and say, I'm going to go and I'm going to put myself in front of these 500 homes, right? And either that's, homeowners, right? Renters, like this is my target. I want to establish myself with these homeowners. And you go do it. Okay. I think this is going to be you're going to see that agents right now understand that sellers are going to sell this year that have been holding off. They've already been doing this now since December. They're door knocking, they're dropping off things, they're marketing into those neighborhoods because they're going to take advantage of the market shift. So what you need to do here, this is a multi-channel approach. Okay, this is not a do one thing only. You need to have a multi-channel approach to dominate your farm. If you have a neighborhood you want to go and establish yourself in, this is how you do it. Okay. And what that means is we need to have a balance between online and offline, right? Someone said, can we do other things other than social media? Yeah, we can, right? We need to. The way you do that is, as I said, combination of online ads, print, email campaigns, kind of really establishing yourself in that area. Postcards, letters, combined with social media advertising is a good way to do it. Find the perfect place. Like, don't just go and farm any neighborhood. Like, really understand like how much the homes in that neighborhood sell for, right? Is it a newer neighborhood? Is it an established neighborhood? Like, really understand the neighborhood that you're going into and become an expert on that neighborhood. One of the best places to farm is the neighborhood you live in. I would say you have a lot of expertise in that neighborhood. And then again, yeah, research your demographic, make sure your messaging is relevant to that neighborhood. To your point, some neighborhoods might sell for this and some might sell for that. But I think this is really important in 2024. We know that sellers are going to be listing this year more so than last year. How are you going to put yourself in front of those people? Right. The good news is we help our customers do all of this today. So this is something that, we're doing today and we have been doing for decades, right? And Walter, Walter posted this and I like it. He posted in the chat, says, talk to more people and have more conversations with value. That's all we're talking about today, right? Talk to the people you already have and then make sure you're generating enough new people to talk to. That's kind of the nuts and bolts of what we're really talking about today. So ways that we're helping people do this today, we obviously talked about how can we help you talk to the people you have. People absolutely love Top Producer as a way to stay in touch with all of the people in their database with ease. That's what people use Top Producer for and have been for decades. The other part that we help people with is we can help you add new people to your database. If you're looking for a steady stream of new people, we can run social media campaigns on your behalf that do that, right? On average, our customers see 25 or more new people in their database every month from social media campaigns that we run on their behalf. And the big part here, you get 25 or more, we estimate every month, and we're doing it for you. So you just have to say hi. And these campaigns we're targeting consumers in your database, and we do this at an affordable price. So if you're looking for that steady stream of more, new people, this is a great way to do it. And then we have obviously the having conversations part. Not only do we help you generate those people, we give you a multi-channel follow-up campaign with text and email. And then we will help you convert those people over the long term. Not everyone is ready to buy right now. And so you need to have a plan to nurture people, so that you build that pipeline where you have people 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, a year, 2 years, right? That steady stream of people to talk to. And we do that. So what that looks like, we run ads on Facebook, right? People to an audience in the housing category, targeting people that have shown intent in real estate. They see your property ads that we run on your behalf, and then they click on them just like this. It's really simple. With Facebook, what we love about Facebook and social media, contact details. You will get their name, their email address, and their phone number 99% of the time. That's another value that social media brings, that other channels can't have, right? And it's simple like this. They see your ads, they fill in their information, they submit it, you follow up. Again, the only part you have to do is the follow-up part. We're doing the rest. That's on the short game. So if you're sitting here, it's like, gosh, I don't have enough people to talk to. I need more, which by the way, everyone needs more. We know the opportunity is going to increase this year. It still does not hide the fact that we're going to need to have a lot more people to get to those outcomes. So, ask yourself right now is what are you doing today to add, enough new people to your database every month so that you can get to your goals? It's a question everyone should ask themselves. The next part is, hey, if you want to go and really have a longer game approach, which by the way, you need both. Okay. You need both. You should have a short and a long term. We have been running, doing this for agents for a long time where what we do is using data and AI is we actually can predict with a certain level of accuracy what homes are more likely to list in the next 12 months in every neighborhood across the US. Okay. So we have the ability to say, hey, out of this 500 homes, okay, out of the 500 homes, we expect that these 100 are more likely to list than the rest. So we use AI to help us do this, and we use a bunch of data, right? I won't go into all the specifically how we do it. You can have a conversation with our team after, but so one, we help you build a farm area. Two, we help you identify out of all of those homes, which ones are the ones we want to actually go after. We don't want to waste our money targeting homes that are not likely to sell. A perfect example. I've been in my house here. I bought this house, moved here 2.5 years ago. You don't want to be farming to me. I'm not I'm not going anywhere, right? I just got here. So why would we farm to homes like me where we know that they've only been in their home for 2.5 years? They're not likely to sell right now. They're not a good candidate. They don't, that's one of the criteria. So one is let's help you identify the ones that are. Two, we're actually going to do that multi-channel marketing where we actually do a combination of online and offline advertising on your behalf. So we will launch postcards monthly postcards. We send out handwritten letters. We run social media and Google campaigns targeting this farm area that you help. And then again, we help you, follow up with them. I mean, ultimately, this is going to help you get in front of sellers and give you new sellers to talk to about, their plans. Really the goal here is we want to maximize your marketing budget. We don't want you to, spend 95% of your budget on the people who aren't ready. Oh, Stacy says, Keith, you're wrong. In Tampa, we're seeing a lot of people selling homes 2 to 3 years ago. I love it. Yeah, the thing is you can farm a whole area, right? Right. I mean, that's the thing is we can do that, or we can target the ones that we think are more likely to sell. And I want to be clear, there's 100 different attributes that we look at to determine when we think someone's likely to sell. So that is just one of hundreds, but that's awesome to see. Okay. So look, I want to wrap this up, and I think we're at 30 minutes. We've been super efficient today, which is awesome. I want to kind of go back to the beginning here, and then we'll wrap up. I'm going to go right back to the beginning for a second. Whoops, I'm sorry. Lost it. All right, that's fine. I'm gonna go to the end. Okay. The two things as a recap. One is say hi to 5 to 10 people in your database every single day. Make sure you're talking to enough people that you have. And look, as I said, we have been helping agents do that for decades at Top Producer. I feel like we have a great tool set, and um, to make that easy for you, right? It doesn't have to be this huge thing that's difficult to do. Use technology to help you identify those 5 to 10 people. Here's the 5 to 10 I'm going to call today, and just do it. Say hi, and be a resource for those people. Two, make sure you're adding enough people to talk to. Those are really like these two critical things are have enough conversations and then have enough people to actually have conversations with. And you need to be consistent and understand that, this takes a little bit of time, right? But when you look at the time right now is when do we expect, let's talk about sellers. When do we seasonality wise expect that the market will heat up here in a little bit, right? And let's be honest, is there such a thing as a spring selling season? I think that, I mean, if you go look at the NAR data, there is, right? When you look at when people start coming out of the winter, you know, start coming out, defrost from winter and start getting, start thinking about, their future, it's right around this time. So if this is something that we need to do, you need to start now, right? You need to start now. And yeah, second quarter is better than 3 and 4, right? So if we're all sitting here, and I'm not the one saying this, you guys are saying this to me, is like, yeah, let's be honest, Q2 is when things heat up. We cannot wait until Q2 to start. What you do today, what you do tomorrow, what you do next week is going to impact how much opportunity you go and capture in Q2. So I'm saying that as, this is like the agents that we're talking to right now all day long, they all come to that realization, like if I want to be successful and really crush it in, that spring selling season or Q2 season, I got to do something about it now. So uh, I want to help you guys do that. So here's an offer available to all of you. I think the most important thing right now is we need to be adding to our database and then following up with everyone in our database. So here's the opportunity. If you reach out to our team and find out about Social Connect, sorry, let me rephrase that. If you reach out to our team, I've allowed my team to offer everyone here double the amount of leads for the month of February and for the month of March. Okay. So what that means, traditionally, it is 25 or we estimate 25 or more leads every month. What I've allowing my team to do is for the rest of this month and all of next month, if you sign up today, you'll get double that. Who could use 50 new people, 50 or more leads next month to talk to? Right? I'm sure a lot of you are sitting here and be like, I could use 50 or more. That's what we're going to offer you. So reach out to our team. Get started now. Don't wait. There's the phone number. Mention double your leads and just say Keith sent you from the webinar, and they'll get you set up. You can start getting steady stream of new people to talk to this week, next week. Okay. I think there's a mention about Canadian realtors. Depends on the market. So I would highly recommend, Cecilia, I think you asked, just give our team a call, and they will be able to tell you if it's available. Would you like my? Oh yeah, maybe Kim, I can email you. I'll send you an email. Yeah, the name of the product is Social Connect. The packages start at $250 a month. Let me take notes here. So a couple things. Let me see here. Yeah, if you're interested, again, if you're interested in learning more, like I know there's lots of questions here. I can't answer them all, but I would just recommend like take 5 minutes right now, give this number a call. My team can answer all these questions for you. If you're a current customer and have questions about anything, again, they can help answer that. Um, the thing you have to remember with this program, right? So what we're doing for you is we are running ads and we're targeting, people that have expressed intent in real estate. They are clicking on those ads and providing you their information. Okay. So that's what we're offering, and you're gonna get, right now, if you sign up today, you're gonna get 50 or more of those in the next, 45 days. So yeah, definitely, I highly recommend though, if you have questions, the best thing to do is give our team a call right now, and they can dive into it, what it looks like for your market. Stacy asked a question. Yeah, 250 is for the leads portion on top of the platform. Yeah, the number here, can you post it in the chat? Um, let me. Yeah, if you guys want to see what the ads are, you can just reach out to the team and they can walk you through it. Perfect. All right. Well, hey, I'm gonna wrap this up, but I want to thank everyone. Again, reach out to your team. I think a couple of you have asked for my contact info. I'll reach out with an email and I'll give you that. Other than that, though, let's have a great 2024. Uh, you know, there's an opportunity here, and you have to take advantage of the opportunity when they come. There's a perfect storm brewing right here. Okay. And the agents that are going to crush it, and you guys know this, are the agents that are doing something about it right now. Okay. And so we're here to help you. That's what we want to do. We can help you with this. Just you reach out to our team and figure out what makes sense for you. And what did Joe say here? Joe says, been on it since December. I got a lot of new people to talk to. Yep. It's gonna take time. So it's awesome, Joe. Okay, thanks everyone. Have a great afternoon.